Hi there, Stan, the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent licensed in all 50 states. Today's topic is how to boost, B-O-O-S-T, your retirement income. Not sure how we're going to define that because it sounds like it's like this, turbocharge or something like that. Can't do that, but we certainly can put in contractual guarantees that will enhance and boost what you currently are getting. And we're going to discuss that after this. So I'm going through this late life crisis. My wife said, isn't it a midlife crisis? I'm like, no, when you're in your 60s, that's late life. So I'm going through this late life crisis that the car that I wanted when I was 16 years old and my dad said, no, I went and bought. So it's a sports car, haven't had one, so it's like I go really fast for 3 seconds and then drive like a grandfather, which I am the rest of the time. But to me, that's what boost means. That's an engine, it's a boost. But when you're looking to boost your retirement income, I really think it's adding to. I think boost should be add to your retirement income. So let's look at the retirement income you currently have and the annuities you currently own. Yes, you own annuities. Just going to point it out. So the first annuity that you own, lifetime income payment, is Social Security. It's the best inflation annuity on the planet because politicians raise it without looking at any math, numbers, or guarantees. They just raise it because you're voters. Second annuity that you own is what I get arguments about this all the time, but I'm right, is if you own an IRA, when you turn a specific age, the IRS is going to tap you on the shoulder and say, you owe us what's called RMDs, required minimum distributions. In English, that means please take money out because we, meaning the IRS, want to tax you on that money that you don't need to take out. But you're going to be doing that for the rest of your life, and as long as there's money in the account, so the IRS can get those taxes that you've been delaying because it's been deferring, tax deferred all these times. We're talking about 401ks, IRAs, 403bs, 457 plans, deferred plans, deferring. Okay, so that's the second annuity type pension that you own. Third is if you own a pension. Like if your company offers a pension, or if you work for the federal government or a state government or something like that, maybe a nonprofit has a pension involved. If you're so fortunate because only 9% of the people out there have a pension, then that's an annuity. That's going to pay as long as you're breathing. And then I guess the fourth leg to that stool is annuities for lifetime income. And those annuities, different types, SPIAs, DIAs, QLACs, and income riders. SPIAs mean single premium immediate annuity or immediate annuities. DIAs are deferred income annuities, which is a SPIA, that's deferred. QLACs, qualified longevity annuity contract, which was put on the planet in 2014 by the Treasury and the IRS, which is in essence a DIA, and then income riders that are attached to either variable or index annuities. We won't care anything about those products, only the income rider contractual guarantees. So with income that you're planning for, you always have to ask the question, when do you want that income to start? So there's two questions we always say. What do you want the money to contractually do? When do you want those contractual guarantees to start? So when do you want that income to start? That second answer is going to determine what product type would fit best for your situation and provide the highest contractual guarantee. There's no perfect annuity. There's no best annuity. The best annuity and the perfect annuity for you is the one that provides the highest contractual guarantee for that income start date that you determine and you tell us about. You can run those quotes 24/7, 365 at theannuityman.com. You can do that yourself. You can just go to the quotes and run them to your heart's content. You can run what a lump sum would be. You could run what a reverse engineered amount, a monthly income amount would be. You can run it single life, joint life, IRA, non-IRA. Run quotes to your heart's content. Hundreds of thousands of quotes run on our site. I guess we'll be approaching that million here pretty soon. But we give that away. I pay for it, but we give that away because I want you to be able to shop on your own terms. Understand that lifetime income with annuities is priced primarily on your life expectancy, or if it's joint, life expectancies at the time you take the payment. Interest rates play a secondary role. Let me repeat that. Interest rates, the Fed, play a minor secondary role in the pricing. It's all about your life expectancy. The older you are, the higher the payment because there's less projected payments. So they're going to be higher. The younger you are, the lower the payments because there's more projected payments. Just like Social Security. Are the payments higher at 62 or are they higher at 70? 70. Why? Because you have less life expectancy, so fewer projected payments. So the payments are higher. The good news about lifetime income products with annuities is that you can structure it so that 100% of any unused money goes to the family, goes to your beneficiaries. The annuity company doesn't keep it. That structure is called life only, but that's one of 45 different ways to structure it. So if you said to me, Stan, or one of my people in my office in Las Vegas, you say, hey, we want to make sure that 100% of this money goes to somebody in our family. So if we die early in the contract, we want to know that the annuity company, the evil annuity company, is not going to keep a penny. We can structure it contractually so that happens. We also contractually structure it so that, let's just say you want income to start in 7 years or 6 years or 5 years or 10 years. We can structure it so that if you die before the income starts, 100% of the money goes to the beneficiaries. So regardless of what happens, the money's going to stay in the family even though the annuity company is on the contractual hook to pay. If I get one thing through to you, I want that to go through, is money doesn't go poof. Too many people in the country believe that if you buy an annuity and you die, money goes away. It doesn't. You can contractually structure it so that 100% goes to your beneficiaries. Now, we can have that money go in a lump sum form to your beneficiary, or what I call lovingly handcuffing your beneficiaries. You can have it come in payment form, either or. Like my daughter's 29 and 27, they're getting payment form. I know they're going to come to my funeral, and I know they're going to be upset for at least a day or so, but I don't want them buying the helicopter. I want them to make payments on the helicopter, because if they got the lump sum, maybe they'd buy the helicopter. Maybe you have those kids as well. But I'm going to make sure that they're handcuffed to where they can't get to the lump sum. They're going to get payments. And I do that for a lot of people that have doubts that Social Security will be there for our kids. So I've done that for my kids as well. There's lifetime income payments in place for them when they're in their 50s, just in case Social Security is not around. Hopefully it is. Hopefully our country gets it together from the debt standpoint. But from a lifetime income standpoint, you need to just look at all that you have, what I call the income floor. You need to add all of that up, okay? Add it all up and see if there's a gap missing. Give an example. Let's just say that your monthly expenses, that's including going out to eat and traveling and seeing the grandkids and the kids and doing all the things you want to do. That's $5,000 a month. I'm throwing that out, okay? $5,000 a month, and you've added all the income streams coming in, and you're at $4,500 a month. That's when we go into the immediate annuity world, quote all carriers, A+ or better, to solve for that $500 gap, all right? And we can reverse engineer the quote, meaning we can find out the carriers that will back up that guarantee using the least amount of money. And we represent all carriers. So there's not one carrier that's better than the other. All these quotes are like a gallon of milk unless you lock them in, meaning they expire in every 7 to 10 days. One last thing about income, let's talk about this with gorilla in the room, is inflation. What do we do with inflation, Stan the Annuity Man? Well, there's not an annuity on the planet, regardless of what you hear locally from your agents and advisors, there's not an annuity on the planet that adjusts for inflation. It just doesn't happen. There's no such product. Now, they'll tell you that, well, when the index grows, you get this on your income. The annuity companies don't give that away. Any type of increase, whether it's contractual or proposed potential increase to the income, all the annuity company simply does is severely lower the initial amount of income as compared as if you did not get that increase contractually, okay? So, in my opinion, I would not buy that because it's the dream, and if it sounds too good to be true, it is every single time. So do not do that. So inflation can be solved at the time that gap needs to be filled in your income floor. So how do you boost your retirement income? You don't boost it. You buy a sports car and that's got your boost. What you do though is fill gaps with annuities if needed. If you came back to me and said, we've got enough money in our income floor, then you don't need an annuity, and we will tell you that. So do me one favor. Above my head, there's a link. Click that, and it tells the story about the Annuity Man, how the company was started, and why you need to consider us as your source for an annuity if annuity fits you and your situation. My name is Stan the Annuity Man. See you next time.